Most highways are built to get you there safely, from point A to point B. These highways? Yeah, not so much. Some may look scenic until you realize the shoulder goes off into a canyon. Others fool you with the postcard beauty all around, lulling you until you look up and see that semi is in your lane. Look out! They're the kind of roads that get nicknames like the Killer, or Dangerous Whatever, or even the Highway to... well, the place you don't want to go. And these aren't just legendary stories. These roads still exist today, and you could still drive on them, if you dare. Traffic jams, whatever. Potholes, get real. These don't even compare. We're talking about roads that if you make one mistake, it can cost you everything. So buckle up, grip that wheel, because today we're looking at 5 highways where danger rides shotgun as we go beyond the exit. So let's talk about the one that maybe not many people know about, US 199. On a map, US 199 looks like a peaceful cutoff from Crescent City all the way up to Grants Pass. But the locals, they don't see it that way. They've got their own name for it. Dangerous 199. That's not just a nickname, it's a warning. This narrow stretch of 2-lane runs through canyons, ravines, and redwood groves. And the shoulder? That's just enough shoulder to realize there's not enough shoulder. Between 2011 and 2015, there were 23 fatal accidents on this 36-mile California stretch alone. So what makes this highway so dangerous? Well, it's a tourist area. So you have out-of-towners, people in rental RVs, mix in a logging truck. It's a recipe for disaster. On the Oregon side, it's 150% more dangerous than their most dangerous highway in the whole state. So it's risky by design. So if you look down at the map and think it's an easy road to take, don't believe it, because US 199 is still taking lives. And that's what makes it one of America's most dangerous highways. So next up, one that you've probably already heard about, US 550, known as the $1 Million Highway. Is it because the views are amazing to take, or that it cost $1 million to make it? Or the fact that there's gold and silver dust in the dirt? Or was the story about a woman that said you couldn't make me drive this for $1 million actually true? I'm going to say it was the last, running from Silverton, Colorado, all the way up to Ouray. It's not just scenic, it's treacherous. It was built in the 1880s by miners with pickaxes and dynamite. No shoulders, no guardrails, no need. Because if you're going to get that close, you don't have a chance. Goodbye. Now you can see in these pictures that they had just a small purchase on the side of these cliffs. In fact, they had to blow their way through just to get what was there. It was upgraded in the 1920s, if you can call it that, to make it available for cars to get through there. It's got beautiful views, an amazing personality. The kind that wants to get you. Just in the 10-year period between 2013 and 2023, just 14 miles of this road around Red Mountain Pass saw 143 crashes, 8 deaths, and 38 injuries. That's one crash every 25 days. We're just talking everyday driving. But when winter shows up, look out. It's not unusual for most of this highway to see over 150 avalanches per season. It's high, it's narrow, and it's gorgeous. And it distracts so many people. If you're going to Colorado in your car or truck and you think you're going to conquer US 550, you better think again, because this road, it doesn't forgive any mistakes. And that's what makes it another one of our most dangerous roads in America. The one that maybe you didn't think of, US Highway 2, especially in the state of Montana. Listen at how dangerous this sounds. Long, straight roads, wide open country, no curves. Yeah, it doesn't sound dangerous at all, does it? I'm sorry, but you're wrong. And let me tell you why. This road lulls you to sleep. You drive for miles in nothingness. And that's part of the reason it's so dangerous. If you have an accident here, you're a long way from any town. It may be a good 80-minute round trip to pick you up and get you to a hospital. And that's even if you've got cell service to call the EMTs. A lot of times, there aren't any towers out in this area. You're on your own until someone stops on the side of the road to find you. But it's not just drowsy drivers that make up the 15 annual fatalities on this section of the highway. US Route 2 is known for animal strikes in this area. And we're not just talking possums and armadillos. Deer, elk, bison, moose. All the big animals live up in this area, and it's usually at the worst times for drivers, either dawn or dusk. So if the remoteness and the lack of a cell signal wasn't enough, and the animals didn't get you, the weather just might. Blizzards, high winds, high enough to knock semis over on their sides. This road is no joke in bad weather. So if you find yourself driving US 2 in this portion of Montana, don't let that road hypnosis get to you. US 2 doesn't look fearsome, but that's kind of what makes it one of America's most dangerous highways. The Nevada Furnace, US Route 95. We just came out of the icebox, now we're going into the fire. This is US Route 95. Now it runs 439 miles through the desert between Las Vegas and Reno, and it's not very scenic. What it is, it's hot, it's desolate, and it's dangerous. From 2010 to 2020, this road alone saw over 100 fatalities. Not from cliffs, not from snow, but three main things: speed, heat, and isolation. What makes it so dangerous? Well, how about one of the longest gaps between full-service towns in the whole state? Over 100 miles. Much like US 2, it takes a long time for emergency services to get to you. In the summer, the asphalt gets up to a tire melting 160 or 170 degrees. If you have a breakdown on the side of this road, it can suddenly turn into heat exhaustion or stroke. Believe it or not, head-on collisions are a big thing on this highway because there's a lack of real shoulders and you get pretty fatigued driving it. 95 doesn't throw curves at you, it just wears you down with the heat. And if you don't stay alert on this dangerous highway, it'll take more than your attention. We've hit ice and snow and heat. Now we hit the curves. This is US 129. A road that runs right along the North Carolina and Tennessee border, simply known as the Tail of the Dragon. And it is considered the curviest stretch of road in the entire United States. The facts: 318 curves in 11 miles. And what's even crazier, there's no way off of it. There's no intersections, there's no crossroads, there's no nothing. You get on it and then you get off of it 318 turns later. In the period between 2010 and 2020, there were at least 20 confirmed deaths. But this road brings out the best and the worst in everybody. Every person in the world thinks they want to come and conquer the Tail of the Dragon. A few of them respect it. Originally, this thing was carved out for loggers and moonshiners. But you can't blame everybody for wanting to bring their motorcycles, their sports cars. Heck, they even bring up buses, vehicles that don't even belong up here. All just to say that they did the Tail of the Dragon. The problem is, there's no warm-up lap. Once you're on it, you're on it. As you can imagine, people get struck even changing a tire. Highway Patrol ends up watching this one pretty closely, because if you have an accident, the Tail of the Dragon doesn't care. It doesn't care about your GoPro footage. It doesn't care about your record time. It's kind of unforgiving that way. And it's why US 129 made it to our list of the most dangerous roads in America. So yeah, America's got some really beautiful roads, but they don't look so pretty when they're fighting you just to drive them. From icy plains to mountain cliffs, desert heat, and just plain legendary curves. These highways don't just test your skills, they test your judgment. And they're still out there. They're still open, and they're still waiting. And they're absolutely 100% still dangerous. Did you like our list of dangerous roads? Have you driven any of these? So why don't you tell us about your experience? Also, did we miss anything? Is there a more dangerous road we should have covered? If we get enough of them, of course, we'll do another video on it. While we're right here, why don't you go ahead and hit the like and then subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you're thinking about driving one of these highways, well, I'll be praying for you.